Today we are talking about volunteer leadership, in particular the program's position at the chapter level. The program's position at the chapter level is an appointed position from the elected chapter chairs and vice chairs. Today we have Tremaine with us. He has been a volunteer leader with PIHRA for many years, and we're excited to talk about volunteer leadership. Let's talk about overall, and then we'll niche it down to the program's level. Why do you love volunteering with PIHRA?
I love volunteering with PIHRA because it gives you a canvas. It gives you a canvas to actually create and be a part of our community and the services and education and experience. Our mission is to engage, to elevate, and to serve. So being a volunteer has given me those opportunities to both be served, be elevated, and have engagement with my community, and also be reciprocal in that.
Well, you're fantastic at it as well. Everywhere you go, there's always energy. I still remember these photos of you from the conference, like leaping in the air. That energy and that passion. It's why we also show up to live events, right? At the chapter level or the overall, right? The economic update, the major conference for PIHRA. It is why we show up. Let's talk about the program's position at the chapter level. If somebody is thinking of volunteering with PIHRA and they're thinking, should I volunteer at the program's position, and they want to know what are the roles and responsibilities, how much time a month would you say it takes?
I think it depends. I'd say maybe 5 to 10 hours a month, if not less. I think with programs, it's really being responsive to what the needs of your chapter are, and kind of collective with your board and staying connected with your chapter members. A lot of times those needs surface. So it's really being actionable on the needs. It's finding programs that are relevant and have the recency to what our members need, what might be trending in the HR, headlines and community. But overall, it's just really, I think it's about 5 to 10 hours, if not less.
Okay. And you're in charge of working with your board, especially your chapter chair, and coming up with programs for the whole year. Making a plan, yes, finding locations, finding the speakers, all of that. Is that right?
That's part of it. It's very much part of it. I think as a board, we kind of decide our calendar, we decide, kind of the milestones, but really when it comes to programs, that's the I don't want to say the meat, but it is where all of our efforts materialize, bringing actionable programs to our members for their consumption to elevate, engage, and to serve. It's really good, and I think programs is also about listening to the needs of our members, and also sometimes innovating. What can we do differently? How can we bring a workshop style? Maybe want to be more interactive. So I think programs is something that really creates the lasting and reverberating impact. Every morning meeting, you want someone to be like, that was a great program.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad I got my continued education credits.
Right.
Or I learned something that I can literally go back to my office right now and apply real time.
Absolutely. And I love how you say it's listening to the members' needs, because whatever chapter, you in particular are part of South Orange County chapter, but each chapter has a different energy. It has different needs. It also depends. Some chapters, like the Los Angeles chapter, maybe do more virtual events because people are working from home and not commuting as much. In South OC, maybe people like more connectivity, and so maybe a virtual doesn't work as well. It is kind of listening to the members' needs and then deciding, do we do webinars, especially post-COVID, do we do in-person events? I know your chapter did like a really great, let's do new headshots, combined with an event. So how do we create energy and meet the needs of an HR community?
I think just from my experience, it's really getting connected and looking at it as a canvas. You have a white canvas for your chapter, and collectively through the efforts of all our volunteer members and programs, we get to fill that canvas. So I think that's how we serve our community. And the responses, you kind of get real-time feedback. We're all very vocal. And sometimes at the chapter level, you have those that are really outspoken about what we're doing great. And sometimes we're outspoken about the things that we, have an opportunity to do better. So I think if we look at it as a continued canvas on a month-to-month basis, we can use our digital landscapes, to your point. We can use our in-person opportunities. We can blend the two. We can do series events. There's so much opportunity. I think, I don't have a better kind of definition than that it is a canvas to really fill and populate. And I think sometimes take it from being in a small canvas to a big canvas.
Absolutely. And even as the programs chair for the chapter, you get to work with the whole board, to your point.
Yes.
So you're not doing this in a silo because, of course, you have a day job.
Right.
And so all of our volunteer leaders also have something, either they're an HR practitioner or an HR vendor. And so then you really get to work with the whole board, create the programs, work with your treasurer, listen to your members, work with your hospitality committee, and really create something that's amazing for the whole year.
Absolutely. I mean, it truly is. It's that synergistic, role. All roles within the board are interdependent and interconnected. All of our efforts to meet our members' needs are all interconnected and interdependent. But I think programs uniquely, you're advocating to your board. Hey, maybe I have a new idea. For me, I've been the co-chair of South Orange County programs. So it's also knocking down new doors, connecting with new, voices in our community. It's also, I think it's one of the opportunities where you get to really put out the hand of networking, not only in your chapter, but in the broader business community to bring value back to the chapter. So if you're thinking about volunteering, I think it's definitely, you want to have that perspective of continuing to bring what's beyond the current confines, right? What are we doing? I think programs is often an opportunity to create synergy and commitment. People are excited to come back to the next month.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate all of your volunteer experience here with PIHRA, everything you contribute to the HR community, and hopefully you will go for being a programs chair at the chapter level.